Hello, everyone. We are joined by Jason Coleman from the Webster University men's basketball team. How are you doing today, Jason?
I'm great. How about you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. For those of you watching the Gorloks, Jason, a senior guard for the Gorloks, 2-year starter now. Can you tell everyone kind of your growth if you were to sum up your 4 years with Webster? Like I said, the last 2 years as a starting guard. What's your career as a Gorlok been like so far for you?
My career so far, I can say I've grown a lot as a player, as a young man on and off the court. Just coming in my freshman year and learning from upperclassmen about things they do and how they've, gone on their journey as well. And then when it comes to starting, I've just, worked hard every day, outside of practice and in practice on the court and just making the most of it every chance I can get. And now being a starter, for the past 2 years, just being a leader, that's all I want to do and just showing everybody how much I want to win when I'm on the court.
Right, that leadership on the court, and you've done a great job the last 2 years, all 4 years really, but the last 2 years averaging to double figures. The Gorloks, you guys got off to a little bit of a slow start this year, 2-8 start, but then you went on a 6-game winning streak. What was it that kinda helped your team turn that season around there?
Going along with those losses early in the season, I feel like it was just a learning experience for us, just going through the hardships of that. And then I feel like we all had to come together and just realize what our role is as a unit and what we want to achieve, with those goals of winning the conference. So I feel like once we all came together and talked about it, then the intensity in practice rose up, and then we all just felt like, we're built in, we're all bought into the system, so we're ready to do it. So that's what made it all turn around right there.
As you mentioned, that chasing that conference championship there, we're in that final push for the season, 4 games left. Big win over Blackburn earlier this week. Big rivalry game on Saturday against Fompon. Can you talk about that rivalry against Fompon? What does that mean for Webster versus Fompon on that basketball court, being just a couple miles down the road from each other?
It means a lot. Ever since I came in, I didn't really understand it, but the upperclassmen, they let you know like this is a big game. So you always got to be ready for that one. It's always packed. It's always jumping when you get in there. They always bring a crowd. We always bring a crowd when we're playing. So of course, it's only 10 minutes up the road, so it's always a game to watch. We always go at it when we play them, just like they do for us. So I'm pretty excited for that one on Saturday.
Right, you carry that 2-game winning streak into this Saturday. What's your team's mindset? What are you focusing on for those final couple weeks here in obviously getting into the postseason, but what's your team's mindset as we close out the regular season?
Our team's mindset, our coach tells us is be the hardest working team when we step on the court. All five guys on the court at one time. We want to be on the same accord, and we just want to work harder than everybody else. And then we just tell each other, just we've got each other's back, and just dominate on the court and leave it all out there.
As you mentioned, you didn't really know of the Webster-Fompon rivalry until you stepped on campus. That's because you hail originally from Memphis, Tennessee. Can you tell everyone just how you found your way up to the St. Louis area?
I didn't really have too many opportunities coming out of high school. So I was just, trying to get my name out there, going to camps and like just making film and all that. And then, Coach Bunch, he found me one day during like the end of high school. And he was like, I really like you. And I feel like, if you want somewhere to play, this would be the spot to go to. And I'm glad that I made this decision to come to Webster because I feel like I've gotten way better as a player. He's helped me as a player and as a young man off the court. So I really appreciate it. I'm grateful for it, for the opportunity.
Yeah, I'm going to talk a little bit about high school there. Like you mentioned, a three-sport athlete in high school,
Yeah.
basketball, soccer, and what was the other one?
Football.
Football. That's right. So, what was your focus? Why did you decide on basketball? Is that your favorite sport, or
Yeah, I just had a passion just for basketball more than the others. And then, I grew up in a basketball household. So I've always just had the closer ties with that sport more than the other two.
you also? I found this interesting. Play the clarinet. Do you still rock out the clarinet a little bit?
Not too much now. In my younger days, I did, though.
Okay. And I also, you're an exercise science major. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Can you talk a little about the certificate award that you won, pharmacy technician, back during your high school? What was that about?
It was just breaking into the field of being a pharmacist, just the basics of that. So that was a pretty good experience for me to go to.
Cool. And what interests you about going into the exercise science field?
Uh, just my parents, they were pretty good at it, and they taught me that from a young age, and I was good at science, so that's why I picked that.
Makes sense. Well, Jason, I just want to thank you again. I know it's a busy time of the year as we wrap up towards the end of the season and get into tournament play. But thank you again for our chat today, and we look forward to seeing you out on the court and making that final push here over the last couple of weeks.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you.